I just got done watching the Warriors versus Nuggets game 2 for both teams. The Nuggets came away with the win in a really fun game down the stretch. You know, I wrote up who I thought would make it to the playoffs. That's what we're here for, of course, the playoff predictions, the Reed Report playoff predictions for the 2022-2023 season. Last year, of course, we know the Warriors won the championship, third in the West, I believe. And last year, also, we had a lot of players who didn't play at all, or for the most part didn't play in the NBA season. And, you know, among those players, we had Kyrie Irving, who didn't play for the most part. Jamal Murray missed the entire season. Michael Porter Jr. also for the Nuggets. He missed like 73 games. Kawhi Leonard missed the entire season. Zion Williamson. You had Ben Simmons, who missed the entire season. Paul George, I guess if you want to count him. Guys like Anthony Davis. But of course, this year, new year, we have to do a prediction show, get our predictions out there, and I'll just say it now. This list is subject to change after the All-Star break, because that's when we will start seeing things. But we'll see. We'll see what happens when we get to January. But without further ado, let's start the show. But let's talk about this season. Let's cut right to the chase. And we're going to do everything from play-in all the way to the playoffs, each round, of course. So bear with me here and, leave a comment. Let me know what y'all think about my predictions. And I'll also tell me what you guys think is going to happen, like where you see these teams matching up. But in the Eastern Conference, I think the standings will end up being 1 through 8. I'm gonna go Sixers will have the best record. Like I said, I know they're 0-2 right now, and because we got some games under our belts, a lot of people may look at this and say, "Yeah, right," or whatever, the list. But like I said, I'll let y'all be the judge of that. You will decide what you think about what I'm about to say. So the Sixers will be the 1 seed. I got the Celtics as the 2 seed in the East. Bucks will be the 3 seed. Brooklyn will be the 4 seed. Heat will be 5. I got the Cavs as the 6 seed. Bulls will be the 7 seed. So that means they will have to play for their playoff spot. 8 seed, I got the Raptors. It's honestly, it's a loaded conference, just like the West. It's a loaded conference. Maybe they're not as good as the Western Conference, but it's difficult to pick these. And now that I think about it, there's a certain team on this list that I don't have in the playoffs, and that is the New York Knicks. Because as the 9 seed, the play-in, I got the Atlanta Hawks. And as the 10, I'm going to go surprise everybody. Man, I don't even have Charlotte, but the team I was just talking about are the Knicks. But I think I'm going to stay out on this limb and pick the Detroit Pistons to get the 10 spot and to make it to the play-in tournament. Yeah, that's going to be tough. We're going to see it. Look, I'm going to stick with it. I wrote this up some days ago, but whatever, I'm going to stick with it. The Knicks did just beat the Pistons today at the time of recording this, but I'm going to stick with it. We're going to see as the season goes on. But so that means we're now in the play-in tournament, and that means it will be Bulls versus Raptors, and I'm going to take the Bulls to beat the Raptors in the play-in tournament. And then we have Hawks versus Pistons. Hawks, I think they were the 9. I know they were in the play-in last year, ended up winning to get that, to end up losing to the Heat in the first round. So I'm going to take the Hawks to repeat as a play-in team, and they're going to beat the Pistons. And I have the Hawks beating the Raptors. I think, that's how that works. 7 beat 8, but 8 get another chance, and 9 and 10 have to play whoever loses 7, 8. So I'm going to take the Hawks to beat the Raptors for the 8 seed. I'm going to take the Hawks, to beat the Raptors. So that means we're here now, and we're going to go through this because it's going to be a lot of talking. But we're going to go through this because I always feel that predictions are just fun to do. It's always fun to see where you match up, how you fared out at the end of the season, and when these things actually do happen, to see what you got right and what you got wrong, and what you were close on, and what you were completely right about, completely wrong about. Anyway, we're going to keep going through this. We got 76ers versus Hawks in the first round, according to the Reed Report. I'm going to take the Sixers to sweep the Hawks in the first round of the NBA playoffs this year. And then we got 2-seed Celtics versus 7-seed Bulls. Bulls beat the Raptors in the play-in, according to me, my prediction. But I'm going to take the Celtics to beat the Bulls in 6 in the first round of the playoffs in the East. 3-seed Bucks versus 6-seed Cavs. I'm going to take Cleveland to push Milwaukee to the distance in the first round. But the Bucks will win in 7. I'm going to take Milwaukee 4-3. And then we got Nets versus Heat, 4 versus 5. The Heat had the best record last year. They were that close to making it to the NBA Finals. But I'm going to take Brooklyn to take them out in the first round. Also, this series will go the distance at 7 games. Nets beat Heat 4-3. So that means... should I go west? No, I'm going to go all the way east. I'm going to go all the way east and then do west. So second round, we got 76ers versus the Nets. I'm going to take the Sixers to beat the Nets in 7 games in the second round of the Eastern Conference playoffs. I got Philly over Brooklyn in 7. And the Bucks versus Celtics. Last season, the Celtics beat the Bucks. I think that one went to 7. There was no Chris Middleton. Even with no Middleton, or did it go 6? Doesn't matter. But if there were Middleton, I think Milwaukee would have won that series. And if things, we make these predictions assuming that everybody's healthy, assuming no injuries. Of course, I always say it's the unfortunate part about sports is that injuries are part of the game. Injury play a factor. It can determine the champion. It can be the reason you don't win the championship. So we make these predictions, assuming no one gets hurt, because we don't want that for anybody. But I'm going to take the Bucks to get some revenge on the Celtics in the Eastern Conference semifinals. I'm going to take Milwaukee to beat Boston 4-2 in 6 games. I got Bucks over the defending Eastern Conference champions Celtics. And so that means Milwaukee did just beat Philly yesterday at the time of recording. In the regular season, so Philly is currently 0-2 at the time you're seeing this. I'm going to take the 76ers, though, to beat the Milwaukee Bucks in the Eastern Conference Finals and get to the NBA Finals. Bucks fall to Sixers 4-3 in 7 games. So I got the Philadelphia 76ers representing the Eastern Conference in over the Bucks in Game 7. So let me know what you think about those Eastern Conference picks. We're now in the Western Conference, of course, a loaded conference, just like the East. But the West, I think, is a bit more tougher than the East. We got the defending champions over here in the West, the Golden State Warriors, and you've seen my Laker rants. You've seen my Laker rants. I'm so fed up with the Lakers. I can't believe how atrocious this team is. I got everybody telling me that, I'm being too hard on them. It's just 1 game, but now it's 2 games. And what happens when 1 game becomes 10 games and they're 5-5, and then in 20 games they're 10-10, and then they're 18-22, and just like last year, they can't get above water. I see the writing on the wall, but I still see them making it to the playoffs. But as far as the championship team, when I watch that Denver versus Golden State game, I can look at that game and say, man, I would love to see these 2 teams face off in a 7-game series. I know when I watch Clippers and Warriors, I will say, man, I would love to see these 2 teams face off in a 7-game series. Same with Suns versus Clippers, or Suns versus Warriors, or Pelicans. How about them Pelicans? We're going to get into this right now. But the Lakers are not a team, when I see them play the Warriors and Clippers, I don't walk away saying, ooh, okay, y'all got us. And I'm a Laker fan, y'all know this, but let's see what happens in a 7-game series. I don't walk away with that feeling, because these teams would annihilate the Lakers in a 7-game series. It's just that simple to me. But this ain't a Laker video, so let's just talk about it. Let's just talk about our Western Conference teams. So for the Western Conference standings, I got the Warriors will be the 1 seed. I'll take the the Grizzlies as number 2. I'm going to take the Clippers to be number 3. That may be too generous right there because New Orleans. I'm going to take the Suns to be 4. The Pelicans, man, I feel like I got them at 5, but I feel like I like New Orleans, man. I think they're going to be higher. But I'm not going to switch out right here. I'm going to take the Pelicans to be the 5 seed, the Timberwolves the 6 seed. So that means these teams don't have to play in the play-in and fight for their playoff spots. They're automatically in. But, man, the Pelicans is a team that I'm going to look back and regret that I had them so low in the standings. But I got the Timberwolves. Yeah, I said Timberwolves. I got Timberwolves at 6. I got Mavericks at 7. And I got Nuggets at 8. Play-in, I got Lakers at 9. Look, never mind. I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there. I get too emotional when I talk about the Lakers and too heated because it's different when you have expectations. When they were the Lakers with Jody Meeks, Robert Sacre, and all them dudes, we knew they were bad. But this team right here have expectations, and they should be good. That's why it's so disappointing. But I got the Lakers in the play-in at 9, and I really like Utah at 10. I like the Utah Jazz. I know there are some teams like the Blazers and Kings who may be vying for a spot as well, but I'm going to take Utah to get the 10 spot in the play-in. And so that means in the play-in tournament, I could be wrong about them. You know what? The West is loaded. So I'm going to leave my playoff standings as they are. There's a lot of teams that I'm looking at saying, man, they may be better than this seed or this, but whatever. I'm going to leave it there. But I got Denver beating Dallas in the play-in, the 8 versus 7 spot. I got the Nuggets beating the Mavericks. And I'm going to take the Lakers to beat the Jazz in the 9 versus 10. So that means the Lakers go on to play the Mavericks for the 8 seed. And I'm going to take the Lakers to knock Luka and company out of keep them from making it to the playoffs. So I'm going to take the Lakers to beat the Mavericks in the play-in tournament. This is what the Lakers have become. So that means in the first round, the Lakers drew the card of they drew an unlucky card of playing the Warriors in the first round. And of course, I know a lot of people talking about trades and all that, but we're going off what we see at the time of recording. And there's no Buddy Hield, there's no Miles Turner, there's no guarantee they're going to get them guys. There's no guarantee they'll still be good after. Watch the Lakers play ball and you know what I'm talking about. So I got the Warriors beating the Lakers in 5. I'll give LA 1 game in this series if this matchup happens as currently constructed. I got the Grizzlies, the 2 seed, beating the Nuggets in 7. I think Denver will scare them, but that's going to be a tough one if that happens. You know, a lot of these, is a lot of good teams who have Western Conference final potential is going to end up exiting in the first round. And if they drew any other matchup, it could have been a different story and they could have made it all the way perhaps. But I got the Clippers beating the Wolves in 6 in the first round. Minnesota got a good front court, but I think the Clippers, of course, like I said, we know the history of Kawhi, the history of PG, assuming everyone is healthy. That's what this is based off of. That's why I say subject to change. So I got the Clippers beating the Wolves in 6. I got the Pelicans beating the Suns in 7 in the first round, just like they almost did last season. But I think New Orleans is going to get over that hump this year. I'm telling you, man, every time I think about the Pelicans, I think I'm selling them way too short at that 5 spot. I think I'm selling them way too short. But like I said, we'll see. So second round, I got the Warriors beating the Pelicans in 6. I think they're going to come up just short against the Warriors. That's one where I don't feel like I'm selling them short. I think if they get this matchup, never mind. Dang. I really like New Orleans. That's all I'm going to keep saying. But I got the, I'm trying to watch this TV over here. They got Christian McCaffrey talking about Panthers and that trade with the Niners. But I got the Warriors beating the Pelicans in 6. I don't think I'll regret this if this happens. But then again, I'm still playing in my head. Give me Clippers over Grizzlies in 7 in the conference finals. I think Ja and them will come up just short again in the second round as they did last year against the Warriors. I think the Clippers are just too good of a team when healthy, man. I don't think they can be beaten like that. So that means we got Clippers versus Warriors in the Western Conference Finals according to the Reed Report. And as you all may know, the Golden State Warriors have won 4 championships in 8 years. They missed the playoffs in the 2019-2020 season and 2020-2021 season. No Klay Thompson. Team was rebuilding, and they rebuilt fast. So another little nugget that you all may know as well, but I'm gonna throw it out there just in case you don't. The last time the Warriors lost to a Western Conference team in the postseason was 2014, when the Clippers beat them in the first round in 7 games. That was the last time Golden State lost in the Western Conference playoffs. Very next year, the Warriors went on to win the championship. Then they went to the finals again, lost to Cleveland, the 73-9 team. Then they made it to the finals again and again, and they won 2 straight off of LeBron and company. And they made it again and lost to Toronto. Of course, we know what happened with Klay. That was the reason their playoff drought, 2-year drought, started, is because they lost Klay Thompson. And of course, KD got injured in that series as well. But they won the chip last year, but like I said, this was the last time. I just found that stat to be so nice. And that was the last time they lost to a Western Conference team. But I'm not taking the Warriors to repeat. I think the Clippers are going to knock them off in the playoffs, assuming everyone is healthy. We'll see the circumstances when we get there. Clippers will beat Warriors in 7 games. There's no way a series like this won't and can't go the distance. This series will go the distance if it happens. No matter what round of the playoffs, it's going the distance if everyone's healthy. If we can look at their rosters and say, no one team has this clear advantage because this guy is out. So I got Clippers making it to the NBA Finals to play the Philadelphia 76ers. This will be the Clippers' first time ever making it to the finals if they make it to the NBA Finals. They will play the Philadelphia 76ers, who haven't been to the finals since Iverson led them there in 2001 against my Lakers. Those were the days. And I got the Clippers beating the Sixers in 6 games to win the franchise's first NBA championship. That is my prediction. Kawhi Leonard, Paul George, Zubac, all them dudes, Reggie Jackson will take on Joel, James Harden, Tobias Harris, and all those guys. My brother is calling me right on cue because I'm done with this video. Appreciate y'all for taking this time to hear me out. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and I will talk to y'all soon. Peace. What's up, man? What's up, man?